Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into a fundamental concept in an accounting, the trial balance. Well, don't let the name scare you. It's actually quite straightforward. Now, trial balance basically you can think of it as a quick health checkup for your financial records. Okay, let's actually break it down. Now, what exactly is a trial balance? Well, in simple terms, it's just a list of all the different accounts your businesses use along with their balances at a specified point in time. Like imagine you have a notebook where you track all your money which is coming in and going out. Now the trial balance is like a summary page of all those different categories in your notebook. Understood? Now, the official definition is that it's a summary showing all the debit balances in one column and all the credit balances in another column. It is very simple. Okay, so the summary is the trial balance shows all the debit balances in one column and all the credit balances in another column. Okay, now the key idea here basically is to see if your basic accounting equation is in balance. Do you remember the basic accounting equation? Perfect. Assets is equal to liabilities and equities. So the trial balances, the key idea of preparing a trial balance is to see that your basic accounting equation is in balance. Okay. Now, why should you even bother creating a trial balance? What is the big deal? Okay. Now, there are a few very important advantages of creating a trial balance. Point one, the first and foremost, it basically helps in checking the accuracy of your ledger accounts. Okay, in our previous videos we have tried to understand the journal entry, and then we have started posting from journal entry to ledgers, and then we also tried to close the ledger balances. Okay, now do you remember the golden rule of double entry bookkeeping? No, not those rules. Those are the three rules. The basic double entry keeping rule is for every transaction, the total debits must equal the total credits. Do you remember this rule? Perfect. So what it says is the basic fundamental concept of accounting double entry bookkeeping is every debit must have an equal credit. Okay, now the trial balance basically helps you see if that rule has been followed. Okay, if your debit column of trial balance doesn't match with your credit column, then there is a mathematical error somewhere. Okay, now that is the point one. Secondly, the trial balance also acts as the basis for preparing your main financial statements. The main financial statements like the income statement, the profit and loss account, the balance sheet. To prepare these statements, trial balance will act like an raw material. Okay, so without trial balance, preparing these financial statements will be very difficult. So if you prepare a trial balance, then preparing main financial statements will be very easy because you prepare them by looking at the trial balance. Whatever amounts you enter into your trading and profit and loss account or your balance sheet are taken from the trial balance, and trial balance by itself is taken from the ledgers. Okay, so it also provides a easy summary of all your account balances in one place. So actually, so instead of going through all different pages and pages of your ledger to see, for every account you see the balance every day on different pages, it will be difficult. So the trial balance basically will give a bird's eye view. It gives complete summary in one sheet. That is a trial balance. Okay, finally, now trial balance is not foolproof. Okay, there will be imbalances in the trial balance, but you know it basically helps in detecting frauds, irregularities, and based on this, further investigation of accounts can be taken forward. We'll discuss about this in the later classes, but understand, fraud detection becomes easier after preparation of trial balance. Okay, now the next one. How do we basically put one of these things? How do we create a trial balance? Okay, it is very simple. Okay, it is as simple as just clapping. That is it. Let us take it from steps by steps. The first step, you list all your accounts. This means you write down the names of every single ledger account you use in your business. Okay, like this. You write the names of all ledger accounts: cash in hand, cash at bank, sundry debtors, bills receivable, drawing, sales, purchases. You write all these accounts in one place. So the first step is list all your accounts. Second step is determine the balances. Now all these ledgers, whatever ledgers we basically wrote here, all these ledgers should be closed on that particular date. So we have the balances either carried forward or brought down. We need to determine the balances. Now the balances will either be debit balance or credit balance. We discussed about these things in the previous session. Okay. Third is we create columns. We create two columns. Okay. On the piece of paper or in the spreadsheet, we create two columns. The first column will be debit and the other column will be credit. Okay, because debits and credits, those are the only balances we have in all the ledgers. That is the third step. Now fourth step, record the balances. Simply place the ending balance of each account which we just created. Okay, the balances of all these account either in debit side or in credit side. You have to place those balances in this one. Okay, then after that, fifth step is total the columns. Now add up all the numbers in your debit column. Sorry, here it is. In the debit column, you total the total amounts, 5,000 plus 2 lakh plus 30,000. Add this and you basically write down the total of debit column. Similarly, do the same for your credit column. You add all your credit column totals, 14,000 plus 7,000 plus 1 lakh plus 3 lakhs. Okay, and then you write the total amount. Okay, after you write the total amount, the final step is check for equality. Now this is the crucial part. Okay, the total you check. You see here the total is 4,21,000 for both accounts, debit and credit. Okay, remember this is very crucial. The total of your debit columns must equal to the total of your credit column. If they don't match, it means there are errors which you need to find and fix. Now about these errors we'll discuss more in the next class. But remember, the trial balance should match. Both your debit and credit column should be equal. If they are not equal, then there are errors. Okay. Now you have to find about the errors. What are the errors? You find them and fix them. Now how to find the errors and how to fix them, we'll discuss about that in the next class. Okay. Now before you actually start creating your own trial balance, remember these important points. Keep these points in mind. The first point, make sure that you have an accurate account balances in your ledger. If the information you are putting in the trial balance is wrong, the whole trial balance itself won't be any useful. Okay, it is like if you put a garbage in, garbage will be out. So when you are putting the amounts, the account balances in the trial balance, make sure that they are accurate. So your ledger balances should be accurate. Okay. Second, proper classification of accounts. Now you need to know whether an account typically have a debit or credit balance. Now remember this, as you do a lot of practice, you will understand this. Assets and expenses usually have a debit balance only. Okay, now cash in hand will always have debit balance. It will never have credit balance. If there is a credit balance, there is an error in the ledger of cash book. Similarly, like expenses will always have debit balance. Okay, they will not have credit balance. So by experience, by when you practice a lot of journal entries, creating ledgers, you understand and you need to remember these. Okay, assets and expenses usually have debit balance, and liability, equity and revenue like sales, usually have credit balances only. Sales will balance will always be credit, purchase balance will always be debit. These things you need to remember. They need to, you need to have them in your mind. So if you practice more and more accounts, more and more sums, then you will remember these things. Okay, now getting this wrong will lead to an unbalanced trial balance. So remember the classification. Now third, specific point of time. Now timing is a key. Now remember, this trial balance basically reflects the balances at a specific point of time. For example, if we are preparing a trial balance here, now this is as on March 31st 2019. Okay, this is for a specific time on that day. It is not an it's not a moving picture, it's a snapshot, it's a JPG, it's a picture, it's not a video. Okay, so it is as on that day. Okay, so you have to remember this specific point of time. Okay, and finally remember, a balanced trial balance doesn't guarantee that everything is 100% correct. There is no guarantee that if your trial balance is tallied, everything is correct. Okay, it only confirms that every debit has an equal credit. That is the only thing which it confirms. Okay, there could still be errors. Other type of errors will be there, like you might have recorded a transaction in wrong account, or you might have completely forgotten to record a transaction at all. Okay, so about those errors we'll discuss them in the next session. Okay, but here you remember, trial balance doesn't guarantee anything, but it only confirms that the total debits equal the total credits. Okay. Sorry. Now summary. Okay, now you understood what is the trial balance. Recollect that. What is a trial balance? A simple and powerful tool to check the mathematical accuracy of your accounting records. Okay, it checks the mathematical accuracy of your accounting records, and it is also a vital step in preparing your financial statement. Understood? This is a vital step. Preparing a trial balance is a very important step in preparing your financial statements. Okay, okay, give me a moment. Yeah. Okay, now thanks for watching this. Now if you have found this video helpful, please like, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more easy to understand accounting explanations. Okay, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Until next time, keep those balances in check. Thank you.